Good morning. I guess it's still morning, everyone. Hopefully today I'm going to get a haircut, but I just wanted to say hey and talk about a few things. You see this scar right there? There were 3 tubes coming out of my carotid artery right there, and that's where they did the dialysis, kidney dialysis. I had tubes coming out, and then they just hooked me to a machine, and all my blood would be drained out and into this machine that would clean my kidneys for me, and then it would all come back in. It was 4 hours at a time, every other day, and it was grueling. It really was. I'm really happy that my kidneys healed themselves. Really happy. But a lot of things happened when I was in that coma and my kidneys failed. One is that I had to relearn to walk again. This right there is a walker. See all the Cabbage Patch Kids hanging out. I used to use that, but I don't have to use that anymore, thankfully. The walker is... I'm walking. I'm not walking great. I have... one of the other things that happened is that I had nerve damage in my feet due to the fact that when my kidneys failed, it caused my blood sugar to shoot up to 900, and it caused me to have to take insulin and things like that. So I had like diabetes due to my kidneys failing. I don't have it anymore, but the diabetes and that caused the nerve damage in my feet. So, it hurts. This is my wheelchair. It's in the kitchen. I don't know. Craig had to use the trunk. It usually stays in the car trunk because I don't need it here in the house, but when we go out places, I have to have it. I can't walk very far at all. I'm hurting right now. When I was in the hospital, I swelled up to my normal weight. Like right now is 115 to 118. I swelled up to 150 pounds because they had 6 different bottles of IV fluids going into me, and the catheter that was coming out, which I have scars from that too, was empty because my kidneys weren't putting out urine. And so I got really fat, unrecognizable, because of all the liquid that they put in me. And I have like horrible stretch marks on my legs. I mean, they're just ugh. But because I looked really like, I didn't look like myself. They said my eyes were oozing out, like my eyeballs, the pressure of the liquid was pushing them out, and they were bloody. For the longest time in the hospital, the whites of my eyes were red, and it was really creepy looking because it was like all blood and stuff. And of course now that's gone. But they brought this picture of me to the hospital while I was in the coma so that people could, the nurses and the different people could see that I really didn't look like a beached manatee, which is what my brother said. In real life, I look more like that. I wish I still look like that. Right now, I look like shit. But, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to tell you the reason now. I know it's kind of dark. Hang on. The reason I was in a coma, what happened that day. I made a very stupid mistake, and I learned from it. It was a drug overdose, an accidental drug overdose, but a drug overdose. I was toying around with a medication that my friend used for pain, and it was very strong medication, and I didn't use it the way it was prescribed, and I went to sleep, and Craig couldn't wake me up. And when he couldn't wake me up, he called an ambulance. And when they got to the hospital, I coded. I had a heart attack, or cardiac arrest. And then it took them 10 minutes to get me back to life. So I was like dead for 10 minutes. Of course, I don't remember anything. I remember taking the medicine, and then I remember opening my eyes and feeling something stuck down my throat, which was the tube to breathe for me. And I remember seeing all my family members and friends from other states around my bed. And I was like, what the heck happened? You know, it was really trippy. And I didn't know a whole week had gone by or anything like that. But basically, yeah, that's what happened. It was a drug overdose. And I am very lucky to be alive. They wanted to pull the plug. The doctors, they didn't see much brain activity. when I was in the coma, and my sister rallied around and said, no, give more time. Let's see if she wanted me to be on dialysis. And once they got me on the dialysis, they did it a couple times while I was in the coma, and then I started waking up. So thanks to my sister Nisi, I love you Nisi, I'm alive today, and thanks to God, because without God, it's a God thing that my kidneys started working again. The kidney doctors were shocked, totally shocked. They were fixing to put they were going to take out the 3 tubes that were external, and they had me scheduled for surgery to put in a permanent port in my chest, because they thought I would be on permanent dialysis and I was going to need it for outpatient. Go down to the dialysis center 3 times a week to have my kidneys cleaned. And the night before they put the night before they were going to put the catheter in, I started peeing again. And it was like, yay, you take